Alright, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. I wasn't planning on doing this. I had some errands to run of a planty nature. Basically, I just had to go pick up a few more clear plant pots and some amendments. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Some amendments for my soil. So I went on over to GardenWorks today to go and do just that. And you know, if you're like me and you've been doing this for a long period of time, walking into a garden center, it's really hard to find something that you either don't already have or that you even want. So when I went there, it wasn't for the purpose of specifically buying anything. I did want to take a look at their Crassula collection because if you saw my wish list video, you would see that I do have a specific one on my list that I think I might be able to find there over, you know, the period of the spring and summer. But I figured I would just kind of take a little look around, see if I could see it. But I did end up finding something that I don't have. And today I just figured I would kind of give you a little bit of a GardenWorks haul. So that's why we're here today. Okay, so beside me here I have got my bag full of goodies. I will show you the plants at the end that I did end up picking up today. I didn't mean to, but I did, you know, so I managed to find a couple of things I didn't have. So let's start off with, I'm gonna take these little guys out of here because I literally just walked in the house and turned on my camera for this. And now there's dirt. Okay, so one of the things I like to buy from there is I like to get these 6-inch clear pots. So what I have been doing with them is I'm putting a lot of stuff on poles. Like, who am I? I'm not really a moss pole person, but with these new moss poles that I've been using, I am finding it so much easier just kind of, I'll get that later. I'm finding it so much easier to make sure the poles stay moist and watering them and paying attention to them. And I'm really excited to see how my plants are going to react to these poles. So since I do have more poles coming, I wanted to get a few more of these. I do have 5-inch orchid pots with the slits. I do primarily use those for my anthuriums as opposed to my philodendrons. So that's what these are for, is for my philodendrons. So I did pick up 3. I don't know why perlite is falling out of anyway, my 6-inch pots, and at GardenWorks they are only $2.50 each, so I mean it's not too much of a big deal. And then where did I put them? Oh crap. Okay, hang on. Oh no. Okay. So we have chaos happening over here. Okay, so then I also decided that I would get, I got 4 of them instead of 3. Anyway, I got some of these 4-inch little orchid pots, and they were only $1.49, so $1.50. And they do have slits on the side, but not as many as the 5-inch that I would typically order in from another store. But I figured that I do have a few 4-inch plants that would benefit from these. I do also have the 4-inch, they're the really flexible ones that you can get off of Amazon, but I do find that I have more trouble keeping things alive in them, and I don't know why that is. But anyway, apparently I got 4 of these, so we'll be doing something with those shortly because I do have propagations that I do need to kind of put in bigger pots, and that's what that is for. As far as the amendments that I use in my soil, so I like to get my perlite from there because this is, I wouldn't say it's large perlite because I have seen bigger, but it is definitely more coarse perlite. It's not the small perlite that you would typically get from Miracle-Gro. So I will go there and I will get this perlite because when I make my anthurium mix or even just my aroid mix in general, I do like the benefit of having the bigger chunks of perlite because they also don't float to the top of the soil when you're watering. I find that's really typical of the smaller graded perlite. So I got 2 bags of these. They're $9.99 each, so there is that. And then something else I like to get there is my fir bark. So this is also from Will Grow, and it's fine fir bark. And this I also use for my anthuriums because the bark is just cut smaller. Let me show you. I do have a soil video coming out too, or I guess it's not soil, but it's like how I mix my medium. So if you can see that, which you can't because my face is in the way. There we go. So it's just fine fir bark. And I do like to use that for my anthuriums as well. So I got 2 of these, and these ones are actually $10.99. They do come in a medium grade 2. I do have medium fir bark as well, but you'll see that in the soil video when I'm making the 2, and you'll be able to see the difference between the 2 grades of fir bark. So as far as things that I needed to get, that was primarily why I was there, was for the plant pots and the fir bark and the perlite. But in that time, like I said, I did manage to find a couple of plants that I don't have. So my Crassula collection is getting larger. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I have 2 more to add to the mix. So it's cool because they come in these tiny little 2-inch pots, and it is just the cutest little thing. So this one is the Crassula rupestris SSP Gumutata. I don't know. You can probably see the name right there. So it was $6.99, and you can just see how cute it is. I don't know how well I will do with this one, but I mean, I'll give it a shot. I put all my Crassulas in cactus soil just to be sure that they're gonna live for me. But this one's new, and it's itty bitty, it's tiny, so I don't know how well it's gonna go, but you know, I'm just gonna do what I do with the other ones, put it in a window, an east-facing window, so that it gets as bright as light as possible and not water it too much. That is my trick with my Crassulas. When I do water them, I just water them thoroughly. Now the second one that I got, some of you have probably seen this one before, and this is the Crassula Buddhist Temple. So this one actually looks pretty similar to the one that I'm looking for, except that the leaves seem to be a little thinner. Hopefully I can get this one to live for me. I did try to pick the best one that they had there, but this one too is only $6.99. So I could always go back and get another one if it doesn't necessarily work out, but it's weird and I like it. So this is now another member of my Crassula family. So my Crassula family has now increased to 6. Eventually I'm gonna have to put together a video, if they all make it, of these guys, so that you can see my collection is not just basic jades or Crassula plants. Now we get to the plant that I didn't even know I needed in my life. So when I was looking at the Crassulas, and this was just right underneath there, I did find they had 2 white wizards, which I was looking at, and one was very nicely variegated, but I'm not sure what I think of them. Like I'm not into the pink princess. I mean, I think it's a beautiful plant, but I'm not into the pink princess. I'm not into the white wizard or the white knight. They did also have a white knight there as well. Only one, which had very little variegation on it because all the best ones were taken. Even with the white wizard, there was 3 white wizards there, but only one had decent variegation on it. And it was only about $27. And the White Knight was actually $37. It was $10 more than the White Wizard. So as I was looking at them, I saw one that I kind of wasn't sure what it was. Like, it looked very similar to a Prince of Orange, but it was not a Prince of Orange. There was only one, and this little guy has been beaten up, and they actually gave it to me for 50% off because it was beaten up. So this, and I've also never come across one of these before, and I am a huge philodendron lover, so there was no way I was not going to get this. And it is the Philodendron Red Sun. So I did Google it when I was in the store, and I Googled it and I looked at it, and one of the interesting things, one of the things that actually made me buy it, I do love the self-heading philodendrons. I have problems with a lot of them, but I'm trying to overcome that. But one of the things that I saw online that made me want to get this plant was that the color of the leaves are far brighter than they are on the Prince of Orange, but they also, from summer to winter, they emerge differently color-wise. So if I can find a picture of it, I will put it up there. Well, I can find a picture because I saw it. But in the summer, they seem to be more philodendron, Prince of Orange-esque. They come out a little bit more on the orange side. They fade down to green, and it would pretty much look like your typical Prince of Orange. But in the winter, they look more like a Macaulay's Finale. They come out more burgundy, and then they fade to green from there. So I'm interested to see if that is really what would happen with this plant, if I can make it survive. But you can see it does have a new leaf that has emerged. It's still not quite hardened off yet, but I'm very excited to see how this will go. And I didn't even realize the price of this plant when I went to buy it because I was so excited about it. But this plant originally was $42, so thank goodness they gave me 50% off. That's still a little bit though for a plant in this type of condition, but if I can get it to grow, then it'll be worth it. So one of the other things that I noticed when I looked at it online is that the Prince of Orange typically grows to be about 3, maybe 4 feet tall. The Red Sun can grow to be 6 feet tall, but is smaller in leaf size than the Prince of Orange. So that works for me. I don't need anything that has absolutely gigantic leaves right now because my Congos and my Deliciosa take up enough room with their leaves as it is. But you know, we all adapt, and I would find room for it no matter what. So yeah, I'm just interested to see how this one is going to go in the end. I think it'll be pretty cool. I will take you along on this journey with me. I'm going to spray them all down right now just to make sure and let them acclimate, because one of the things that I have learned over these years is that acclimating your plants is important, and I'm not going to take them out of their respective pots until that has happened. So pretty much for me, I mean, the Crassulas will probably be fine, and I do want to make sure that this one survives as long as possible. Even though I'm not a big fan of the soil that it's in right now, we're gonna let her rest and, you know, put her in a bright space put her in a bright spot underneath a grow light and just go from there. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to this little short video, and I hope you are all safe and well. Please like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.